Another day. Another dollar. We got another overly long. Okay, so I wanna pull something out of my ass, right? I often talk about like I should have some more chapter definitions. I'm starting to doubt that. First off, as I look through Roadside Picnic, I came to realize, okay, so every page has like 300 words on it, which means that about 10 pages, about 3,000 words. We start around page 807, and we end the chapter around page 55. You do the math out of your head, that's 45. 45 times 300 is what? That's what? 135. But we're going to increase that by a factor of 100, right? Safi, am I stupid? No, you're just not doing the math right because you got caught. I'm trying to figure out 3 times 45. Point is, we've got 45 pages. Multiply by about 300 words. Yes, that would be 13. Yo, I got it right, actually. That is a factor 100. Wow. Safi, you did it. You just lost, your brain just lost track, but you were still on the rails. You idiot. So anyway, that's the length of a chapter in a fic like this, right? But I want to point out that these are not chapters in a more strict definition. This very much feels like it's trying to do a whole arc. Well, whatever, man. I mean, this thing is 60,000 words in total, so it's more like the quartz of a story, which again is like the arcs. Also, this thing is 60,000 words. At this point, Meteor Game is twice as long as one of the best, although often described as deft and supple. It's twice as long. It's twice as fucking long. If you need to understand why I get so mad about this stuff. I think the other thing that really helps this, right, is there is a certain snappiness to it. And it means that there is a, how to put this? There is a dance and cadence to the proceedings, right? It starts off with, well, the interview, technically speaking. There's a little, there's a forward, of course. A lot of books have forwards these days. It's like a little excerpt. Dr. Valentine Pillman. What a name is Pillman! And it starts off with, oh, his name is Redrick. I thought it was just Red. It's only in the title. I appreciate that the chapter title is Redrick Schuhart. 23-year-old single laboratory assistant in the Harvard branch of the International Institute of Extraterrestrial Culture. Get this Robinson Crusoe ass title out of here, buddy. But yeah, it starts off with him showing up. He's carrying some vaults. Then his boss shows up. His boss wants to go, or his Dr. Man wants to go out there. Jesus fucking Christ. In like 4 pages, we get Hog. Like, so much happens in like 1,000 words. And it creates this cadence, right? What I'm trying to say is it creates a cadence and a rhythm. And these fics so often lack that rhythm and cadence because they say so fucking much. Okay? Hold up, there's a page, a very specific one I want to go to because it's a page. Okay, here we go. Okay. I'm going to read this to you and I'm going to ask you a question. Where the fuck is the descriptive text? Anyway, we go down to the boudoir, quote unquote. Kiro rushes off to get the passes. We show the passes to yet another sergeant, and the sergeant gives each of us a spec suit. We have, in one sentence, in like 30 words, like, gone over to a location, a guy is rushed off to get passes, the passes have been shown. Like, it knows that none of this shit is important. Nobody gives a shit. Who is the sergeant? Who is the sergeant? Who fucking cares? Hog is the important character of the sergeants. Hog is the overarching structure of the security department around here. If something's gonna happen with security, whoever he talks to is gonna push him over to the Hog. Right? And in the same way, Kieran is kind of like our the funny part is, right, it's kind of like Red who pushes him to do this in the first place. Which I find just fucking fantastic. Hold on, where did I find it? Oh yeah, here he is. Listen, I say. Kiro, what if you had a full empty, huh? A full empty? He repeats, knitting his brows like I'm speaking Greek. Yeah! It's your hydromagnetic trap. What's it called? Object 77B? Only with some shit inside. Blue stuff. So, I would like to point out that like, there is no reason for him to bring this up. He just does it because I think he likes being a stalker or something. There's just... The main character invites his own catastrophe. I love how they describe, like, the process of going out there. It's so snappy and short, and it makes you feel like, oh, God, good job, buddy. Where is it? A real prophecy that was. Nothing left to bury. That's a zone for you. Come back with swag. A miracle. Come back alive. Success. Come back with a patrol bullet in your ass. Good luck. Everything else, that's fate. God, I love Red. Motherfucker does not take time. He just fucking hits you. He smacks you with his hand. Just bam, bam, bam. And there's a rhythm to it. And that's missing in these fucking fics all the time. Because it's too long in the tooth. It says too much. Its long-windedness means that how do you rhyme a sentence that is 10 sentences apart from itself? That's not a rhythm structure. That's just prose. I mean, there is poetry that doesn't rhyme at all and has more cadence than it does rhythm per se, but it's a surreal thing. I don't know why we're doing this. Why are we quite literally talking about the future of this video game when you're writing the video game? Are you talking about a hypothetical future? I mean, you could do that, but that feels weird. Because then you're just distracting from the event. Like, oh, it's Anon Doom thinking, but... Considering how often Anon doesn't fucking sleep and dream. I would prefer if this was just his thoughts, you know? Also, why would Anon even have dreams about losing his friends when he's not too interested in them? The weird amount of effort put into this, or, well, time. I'm just gonna copy-paste all this, and, how long is this? Hold on, I need a... $1,000 words. Let's see, 1,000 words. That would be about, let's say, 4 pages. So that would be this, 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 and this. In 4 pages, this book has already successfully gotten to the point where they're organizing their trip into the zone. And Red is like, hey, we need another guy. It's the rules. Like, I know it's very short and snappy, but it's worth pointing out that, like, it's just how it works. Oh, let me pull out Dream Park. Because I know Dragons and all that does that. I know most good stories do that. You don't want to... There's an ancient Chinese saying. Why are we talking about this when we could... Like, why start at the boring part, right? Like, it's fun to have a little establishing moment to kind of, like, set the cadence of real life. But it's really annoying to deal with when you're reading it. Because it's like, okay, cool. But why am I reading this? Like, Red spends, like, a very short amount of time in that. Okay, let me pull it. Hold on. I'm pulling out a different book. Okay? Okay, listen. Here's Asimov Foundation. Now on Apple TV Plus. I'm gonna pull this up. That also has, like, really long chapters. Maybe the way I look at chapters is just wrong. Harry Sheldon. Okay, cool. This is a Encyclopedia Galactica. Oh, it starts off with one of those cute stuffs. So I'm just gonna look at this. And we're gonna ask ourselves, when does this story get to, like, a, oh man, that's neat. Remember that the first chapter of this is, like, a whole flashback thing, which, as far as I can tell, is, like, weird foreshadowing more than anything. You can foreshadow stuff without being a dream sequence, right? You can foreshadow stuff by just having the implication of a certain series of events. Like, Anna looks out the window and he sees a group of friends acting up, you know? You could have foreshadowing be material and literal. Anyway, his name is Gal Dornick, and he was just a country boy who had never seen Trantor before. That is, not in real life. He'd seen him many times on the Hyper Video, and occasionally in tremendous three-dimensional newscasts covering an imperial coronation or the opening of a galactic council. Even though he had lived all his life on the world of Senax, which circled the stars at the edges of the Blue Drift, he was not cut off from civilization to see. At that time, no place in the galaxy was. Look at how much we just laid the fuck down. How many smacks have hit the table? This guy's a country guy. The galaxy is extremely connected. You can see shit in 3D, which at the time probably would have been extremely impressive, considering this book is released when? When the hell was this released? Listen, I do not know this stuff from the top of my head, okay? Dude, somewhere they put the first print stuff. Yeah, that's all great and fucking dandy. Here we go, 1951. Or 1979. Which, either way, 3D wasn't... Like, that's fucking incredible. And without saying it, it establishes that Trantor is where the Imperial coronation takes place. There is an empire, they are a royalty, there is a galactic council, and they're all on Trantor. And it establishes that without saying it directly. It's said like, oh, he was watching cool news. Like, oh, you're cool news of what? And it's like, oh, the coronation, man. And then you sit there and you go, oh, man, I would love to see the inauguration of the president, or like the coronation of a royalty with a 3D. You know, you're kind of dragged along. There are nearly 25 million inhabited planets in the galaxy, and not one but owed allegiance and not won, but owed allegiance to the empire whose seat was on Trantor. And now they just say it literally, after the smart guys already figured it out. So if you're a little clever, it's like it's checking your homework. It was the last half century in which that could be said. And Dude! That is such a fucking line! I'm like, oh man, that's cute. They got a cute little galaxy. And then he's like, oh, the last 50 years? Fuck. That is a goddamn slap. 2 paragraphs. It took 2 paragraphs to fucking blow me out of the water with a nuclear bomb. By going, oh, you know all this nice stuff he's talking about? This country boy shit? Oh, well, we got like 50 years left, buddy. Less than 50. Undoubted climax of his young scholarly life. And then he just goes into the details. I don't know, man. I feel like I feel too many fics are like obsessed with the secret, right? Too many Snoot Game things are obsessed with the idea of like, Anon's got a secret. We got to keep a secret from the audience. No! Keep your secrets from the characters, not from the audience. D&D is a lot more fun if everyone is in on your secrets and can play with it, right? They can be like, oh man, my character doesn't know about your secret, but they're gonna do this. You know, then you could play around with it. Instead of being like, do we need to worry about this? You're gonna be like, oh, I can work with this. You know? Don't improv secrets. It doesn't work. People just get real confused. Where were we? Oh yeah, Adol's having a fucking dreamscape. But if you close your eyes, there are 8 bodies. Don't describe people as bodies. Just call them people. Why are they dead? You do not describe a living person as bodies unless you work in the fucking military. Me and 10 able-bodied people. 10 able bodies, you could say. 2 of the dark secrets stand opposite one another, embers flickering between them. I like how you describe this and you immediately have to self-correct yourself, even though this is... Why is this contemporaneous? Because this is a present tense. Why are we going with present tense on a dream sequence? It's a bit of an oddball move. Because usually people talk about their dreams. More than that, they would be in the moment experiencing it. Also, a fun thing about dreams is that because they are usually relayed experientially, well, not experientially, they're relayed memory-wise, their subjunctive mood is one of the past. They tend to be reinterpreted, as all memories are, and thus filled with falsehoods and personal bias. But that's just neat. That's a rant Safi can go on if you really want him to. Never seen those blue eyes so angry before. Goddamn Aryan race fucking everything up. That's just the one with the orange eyes from before. And now, why do you have prophetic fucking dreams? Again, it would be far more interesting if Anon's prophetic dreams were filtered through the lens of Anon having to talk about his dreams. Because then he would have to give bias to it. And then we learn something about Anon. And this is also why first present tense is really kind of boring, because you can never fucking do, it was the last half century in which that could be said. You can't fucking talk about the future like that. I think the only goddamn reason I'm going to let Roadside Picnic get away with it is because Red's a fucking cool character. I love him. Motherfucker barely said anything and blow me out of the water by being, I don't know, there's something to him. He feels like he's willing to do something where it's like, oh, hey, boss, want to do something dangerous and potentially illegal? Because there is that implication. Oh, God, it's so great. Oh. I love how he describes the discs, where it's like, I don't see what's so interesting about this, but he's like, oh, this is super interesting. It's great. It's like his perspective ain't mine. And now, through a book, I'm forced to vicariously live through him, regardless. Also, Red is an active protagonist. My God, he's an active protagonist. The man literally starts his own first quest. His man wasn't even thinking about doing a quest. And he's like, hey, boss, I got a quest for you. And he's like, what quest? Well, you're going to give me a quest. What an asshole. God. As I read more books, I become more and more aware of the fact that these fics are just underselling their own potential. And it's sad, and it makes me mad, it makes me want to like, you'd think that at some point I'd stumble across someone who's at least trying a little harder. Of outrage. Instead, we got Anon talking about shades. Why don't you just write this fucking part? Why don't you just write the part where Anon meets them? Anon has a couple of friendship moments, and then we get to this part. If it's clearly the part you actually want to fucking write, why are we not there yet? Why are you taking this fucking scenic-ass detour, bitch? You bitch-ass motherfucker? My calves getting sturdier? Ugh. That's what you get when you exercise. Eh! Why do you feel the need to call it unsubtle? Yeah, most people. Sarcasm is kind of inherently mocking, though, and also inherently supposed to be unsubtle. Well, it depends, actually. I don't know if it's really subtle sarcasm. It's more like a backhand. Is it? God, it's like I caught up on things. I'm already caught up on like several different things. We're 50 minutes in, and I'm the one taking forever. Because to be honest, I find this more interesting to talk about. Man, I just want to read Foundation now. This is Roadside Picnic, Safi. It's the wrong book. How big is this book? Like 300 pages. Going by 300 a word. It's like 90,000. Again, it's shorter than this motherfucking thing, right? And it does more. Because again, everyone wants to write their fucking stage play, and they don't have any trust in the actors. There's way more to life. Also, and on why are we okay, listen. Stop the music. Why are we pretending, okay? Why are we pretending? We, as the audience, are already more than privy enough to the information to know what's going on. Why are we hiding this? Okay? In Goodbye Volcano High, it's a flashback. Or a flash forward, I guess. Why are we being needlessly obtuse? Like, anyone who reads this already knows this. This is like the first bit of like Goodbye Volcano High, truth be told. And it's one of the major scenes people probably memed on because, oh man, saying fuck off got someone to piss themselves. It's like, why? What are you preserving? There's no air of mystery here. We already know that Anon likes Fang, one of the major characters with orange eyes, and there's of course Nasser with his orange eyes. Who the fuck else is it gonna be? Hmm. What a weird thing to say. I'm gonna go take a break so we can clear the aura and the essences and all that fun stuff. Just clear it out. Clear it out. Flush the system.